serving all of South Jersey.
The following program is paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schweim. The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Set, red 83!
Welcome to the Locker Room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the Locker Room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the Locker Room with Billy Schweim.
Yeah, hey, Billy. How you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the Locker Room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill. How you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the Locker Room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the Locker Room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schweim.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the Locker Room with Billy Schweim and Nick Earnshaw on a Saturday. A little fog, a little cloudy, a little drizzly, a little inclement weather. By the way, Nick, the last couple of 5-6 weeks has been raining on the weekends. Man.
Oh,
What's
I
going
know.
on,
Getting all
man?
this rain, canceling events.
Who's
It's brutal.
raining? Hey, Nick, who's raining on our parade?
I'll tell you, no one's raining on our parade today. We got a big show lined up, Schweiner.
How about you, Nick? You go to Boston, you went to Fenway Park. That's a bucket list. You just marked one right off the bucket list right
Checked
there.
it off,
Checked
Billy.
it right off.
We went 2 days. In 2 days, stopped at Fenway. Had a great time. By the way, wore the Phillies hat to Fenway. Found 2 Phillies fans and got a Go Birds up there.
Oh, get out!
Yeah.
Worldwide, brother. I've never been to Fenway. I've been to Wrigley, and I've been to a few other places. You know where I want to go? Up in Pittsburgh. I heard that's a beautiful
PNC
stadium.
Park.
I have
Yeah,
not
that's a
been
good
there
one.
yet.
That's a good
But
one
that's
too.
great. You got a chance to get to Fenway Park, and you experienced a stadium that's it's old, man.
History,
right? Piece of history.
By the way, it might be the last time an Earnshaw was there. I don't know if an Earnshaw's gone there since then. 1934, George the Moose Earnshaw pitched a complete game, 11 innings.
Are you serious? The
11
Moose?
the Moose.
I can't call you
11
the
innings.
Moose.
No, I'm not over 6 feet. So
We got our day started off the right way. Stopped in at Blitz's Market on the way in. Dave and Joe Newman, I mean, they hook us up, man. Was that not the best breakfast sandwich you've ever had?
It was incredible. I
Andy,
chowed it
Maggie,
down.
Teresa, Rosie, Maggie, Max, Joan, Dave, Kenzie, they do a great job down there. But now, before we get going any further,
I already took a sip.
Take a sip of the 12-ounce of liquid sunshine right
Oh, you're
there.
already halfway done.
I had to. But by the way,
you were supposed to wait.
By the way, I'm caffeinated and activated today. I
that's-
drank coffee again today.
Of course you did. Thank you. Thank you, Griner, for that. Thank you, Griner, for putting him on coffee. That's another thing I need over here.
The Fightin' Phils win a game last night, and they score runs doing so.
Won a ball game.
Keep the Jays off the board, and they score 8 runs.
Yeah, how about that? Look at that.
An offensive explosion?
Yeah, last night was offensive explosion. I'll give it to him. And Trey Turner, by the way, I'll give him credit. He had a couple of nice defensive plays last night. All right, he's turning around.
How about that Otto Kemp?
Yeah,
Dude, now you got some pieces that he's auditioning for maybe a trade to get a good piece. I'm sure there's teams out there that need a quality third baseman.
Oh, they need to make a trade at this deadline. This is the biggest deadline in a while for the Philadelphia Phillies. This is make or break for Dave Dombrowski and those Fightins this year.
It's getting to the point where they've got to do something. That Alvarado situation really, really affected the Phillies. And how about Aaron Nola now with his situation?
Setback.
That's not good, man.
Yeah, Nola, that's a big one. And it's like, what do you do when he comes back?
You know, when he breathes, he says that when he takes a deep breath, it hurts. He's got a cracked rib. How's that happen?
I am very nervous on what's going on with Aaron Nola. He's not going to be back for a while. So I mean, he's been a horse for them over the past few seasons, right? I mean, pretty much his whole career he has. But now, I mean, he has this stress fracture in his right rib.
Yeah.
How?
So we'll talk Phillies baseball. We're going to talk Eagles football, of course, because you guys were doing the Mount Rushmore the other day.
Yeah, I brought it up
Yeah.
yesterday. That
So
sparked a debate.
We'll get into that a little bit. And, of course, we got a great show lined up today. This is a big show today.
Oh, yeah.
All right? Because we'll be talking with the brand new head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, Flyer great, 3-time Stanley Cup champion, once as a player, 2 times as an assistant coach. He won the Jack Adams Award last couple of years ago. Rick Tocchet.
Rick Tockett's going to be on the program today.
We've got Rick Tocchet in our locker room pocket.
I love it. That's great. He's going to be in our pocket at 10:30. We got him for about 15, 20 minutes. I can't wait. I got a couple of questions ready. I can't wait to talk to him.
People have been peppering me with questions, too.
I know.
But you know what, Rick? Look, I have a history with Rick. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Craig Berube, we go way back. And I'm happy for him because I think this is, you know what, people are making a little bit about, the Flyers are going back into the well, getting an old Flyer again. I totally disagree. I think this is a great hire.
I think it's a fantastic
And not because I know him
hire.
personally. It's because he commands respect. Guys want to play for him, and he's a winner.
I like the hire. When we talked about it a few weeks ago. You went to the press conference.
Yes.
You got a question off to him. You got a couple more today.
Oh, I got some more questions today.
And we got the NHL draft coming up too. That's going to be fun, man.
So there are
a lot going on.
I've always maintained this, and I'm going to say this to Rick. Big guys beat up on little guys.
They do.
And you know what Talk told me years ago when he started scoring goals? When he played with a chip on his shoulder, when he played with with a mean streak, it gave him more room on the ice. I wonder if that is still a part of the game today.
You already got a
It's
question.
a game of intimidation, right?
You got a question. You got a question there, Schweiner. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited for him to join the show. 10:30 a.m. He'll be joining us.
Did you see Game 4 between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers?
Yes.
And I hate to say this, guys, but I'm pulling for Edmonton. I like Draisaitl and I like Connor McDavid. I like
You
him.
cannot stand
Yes, I am.
Florida hockey.
I don't like it. They don't deserve a team down there. Matter of fact, I got friends of mine that live in Florida. They were calling me and peppering me with text messages. And Florida scores with, what, 20 seconds, 19 seconds ago? Like, did you see the people leaving the building?
They were getting out of the building. I love it.
Thing, man.
Loved it. Yeah,
Could you imagine?
I don't have the hockey hate you have for Florida teams. I just don't. I know you do. You think
Tampa
it's too
Bay
warm.
and I don't.
You're
like
out.
It.
You're out.
I like Edmonton. Want Edmonton to win.
I want to see
Draisaitl.
McDavid. I do want to see McDavid get.
I like
a ring.
when guys wear the beards. They grow the
playoff
beard. There's nothing like it.
You should grow a playoff beard.
Nah.
Get Mr. Negadelphia.
I don't want to cover this face.
Yeah, because you're a big shaver. You're telling everybody to shave, and now you want guys to grow playoff beards.
So we got Rick Tocchet at 10:30. Then we got Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda at 11 o'clock, and we'll get his take on Philly sports. But in particular, I'm sure he's going to listen to the Rick Tocchet.
Yeah,
he'll opine on
He'll be
that.
locked in.
Yeah, he'll be locked in. And then, of course, at the bottom of the second hour, John McShane, he's gonna show up here in the locker room to help us facilitate the Beach Patrol report.
Yeah.
This week we'll talk with the chief of the Wildwood Beach Patrol, Steve Stocks.
Yes.
Brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City and the OCBP Lifeguard Alumni
It's a big show today,
Association.
Schweiner.
Ready to go, man?
I know you're caffeinated and
I am.
activated
Can you
today.
tell?
Oh, my gosh. Griner, you're killing me. You're killing me.
Griner told me drink coffee and make
I
you lose
know.
weight, except for it's not happening.
And you were never a coffee drinker.
Well, I did drink coffee when I started working at U.S. Airways day work.
Okay.
When I had to be there at 6 a.m. I had to drink.
Wow.
Coffee. I had to be there. Sometimes I just come in from going out and go right to work.
Pull it all-nighter. Nothing could be finer.
Find a baggage cart and take a little nap in there.
Yeah. Nothing could be finer than an all-nighter with the Schweiner.
So, Nick, a little sad news this week.
Yes.
And listen, when I was growing up, there were 3 bands that I would go to see the concerts. I loved. One was the Beach Boys. The very first concert that I ever saw was the Beach Boys. Brian Wilson it passed away.
He did,
at
yep.
the age of 82. And I got to tell you, did you see that thing I posted with my daughter singing?
I did, yes.
Was that cute?
That was
cute?
awesome.
Like
awesome.
she was 2 years old. I had her singing the whole.
Do you believe that?
Yeah. Was Surfing USA, I think it was.
Yeah.
Surfing
Yep.
USA.
Yep.
Go to my Facebook. You got to see it. My daughter was 2, and I got her singing the Surfing USA song.
AG had a pretty
Yeah.
good voice.
Yeah.
2 years old.
But Brian Wilson, I saw the very first concert I ever saw at the Spectrum, sold out, and saw him every year. Like saw him 15 times. Saw him
Wow.
in Fort Lauderdale. Saw him in North Carolina. Saw him in Jersey.
All over,
right? And then the Grateful Dead was another band that I really loved, and of course the Police.
Yeah.
So,
We know about the police.
In and out of every break today, we're going to play Beach Boys songs. And
I got the list right in front of me.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal music. You know, Paul McCartney said the God Only Knows song is the best song he's ever heard.
Wow.
Paul McCartney!
That's pretty big praise there, right there, from Paul McCartney. Jeez.
Right,
best song you ever heard? I never saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Best song he's ever
Wow.
heard. Best
How about-
song. Paul
That's
McCartney
a nugget.
Can you believe that?
That's a nugget there, Schweiner.
That's pretty. That's a
good
feather.
nugget.
Yeah, that's a good nugget. All right. Ready to go?
I'm ready. I'm in a 3-point
the
stance.
3-point stand?
Got my stick with me. Let's go.
We got our Blitz's orange juice. I'm caffeinated and activated, and I'm ready to go. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers, because John McCann is a great sponsor of the show. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann and Associates, 609-263-7422, whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann and Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime, 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Nick Earnshaw, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
If a person is on a date, is it proper protocol that if one person gets their food first, they have to wait for the other?
Yes.
I tend
because
to
if
agree.
you're on a date, you're trying to make a good impression. You don't want it to be that you're selfish and you're not considerate of the other person. Because that's what you're doing if you eat before their food gets there.
Wake up weekday mornings with Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Hey, Nick Earnshaw here. Is your driveway or parking lot cracked, faded, or just looking worn out? Give it new life with R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. For over 14 years, they've been protecting driveways and parking lots with top-quality seal coating that lasts. Their expert team uses premium materials to seal, protect, and enhance your asphalt curb appeal and add years of durability. Don't wait for costly repairs. Call R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating at 609-513-4375 for your free estimate. R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. Seal today to last tomorrow.
What? All the budget has to be used now? And we can use all the media buy?
Javier's marketing firm just got its dream funding.
Okay, ideas. Bobbleheads? No. T-shirt cannon? I seriously need some help here.
He needs to find marketing managers who are worth every dollar.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsoring a job on Indeed gives it a visibility boost so you can hire faster. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
It's the construction reduction sales event all month long at Matt Black Kia. Right now, put 0 down with 1.9% APR for 60 months on every new 2025 Kia Sportage or Sorento in stock. Plus, we want your trade, any make, any model, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. We'll even lower your current car payment or give you 2 years of free maintenance on any new Kia. That's lower payments, more peace of mind, and free maintenance at MattBlackKia.com. It's gotta be a Matt Black Kia. Call 215-703-8526 for details.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Nick Earnshaw. Listen to the little Beach Boys. The genius of this guy was, I mean, some of the songwriting ability and the melodies and the lyrics, just unbelievable.
I know you're a big Beach Boys guy. Today we're going, instead of Police, we're going Beach Boys.
All Beach Boys.
All
Day. And it is summer, so...
perfect timing.
The summer
Wait, is it officially summer?
No, summer solstice is the 21st, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, how about this? We just got these cups in.
Oh.
I'm gonna drop them off at Blitz's Market. So if you want to get a cup, go down to Blitz's Market. It's got the Locker Room logo, 97.3 ESPN Locker Room logo on one side. And on the other side, we have our new graphic with all the people that are part of the show.
Yes.
Even my brother Bobby's
in
Bobby
there.
Schweim, the lesser-known twin.
What's that according to? ChatGPT?
Let's get back to the Phillies real quick before we turn our attention to Flyers hockey, because the draft is the 27th and 28th. And of course, there'll be a draft party down at Hard Rock. Rick will be down there, and a bunch of other Flyers. I think Mark Recchi will be down there, and a lot of other people will be down there. We'll head down there too. But let's talk a little Phillies baseball. Nick, how concerned are you? This team has to make a move. Dombrowski has to do something.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Otto Kemp, you got to strike while the iron's hot, right? He's hitting 273, knocked in a couple runs.
He did.
He scored. He's been playing really well. Do you dangle in? Do you dangle Bone? What do you do?
This is a tough one. It depends on how. I think this is a year that Dombrowski's been known to give up prospects in the past. This is the year you're going to have to part with one of those top guys.
You're going to have to.
You have to. You have to give up something to get something in return. I feel like if they're going to make a big move, it's going to be somebody we're not talking about. That's just my inkling. It's going to be something that comes out of kind of nowhere, in my opinion.
For you, Nick, what is the number one need for the Philadelphia Phillies? The Fightins.
I mean, I need them to get a bat, but the bullpen. It's been so bad.
So a lot of people say center field. A lot of people say bullpen.
Left field.
But
an outfielder. You need a right-handed hitting outfielder, too. Right. But I think above that is a bullpen piece. I don't think there's any question about it. We've seen what's going on with the bullpen. You don't really trust anybody right now. Alvarado goes out. That's a blow to your pen. I think bullpen. I don't think you're going to have to give up a ton to get an arm, but you also have to remember
I think you will. I think you have to give up a king's ransom.
Well, I don't think
because everybody wants the same thing we want.
Well,
Nick.
if you get someone on an expiring deal.
Right.
That's what Felix Bautista and Jim Bowden, he wrote an article in The Athletic. He thinks Felix Bautista, closer for the Orioles, is going to be the name to watch for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Who did you see in Boston that I like?
Aroldis Chapman.
No, the Duran.
Yeah, you're talking about a hitter. We're talking about
pitcher.
No,
I know, but I'm saying, but you saw him play, right?
Yeah, saw him all play.
What did you think?
I mean, Jaron Duran's a really good player,
I like to smile.
He's a really good player. He led off the game with a home run. So, I mean, he'd be a great addition. You would have to give up a lot to get him. I mean, you could get him and you could get Aroldis Chapman, but what you're sending to Boston, they're going to ask for a lot.
Ranger? Would you dangle Ranger? Listen, ready for this?
Ranger
Suarez in his last 7 starts, 46 and 2/3 innings, 6 earned runs allowed, 38 Ks, 10 walks. His ERA is 1.17, and his WHIP is 0.97.
You have to think about it, though. His contract's expiring.
That's right.
So, but would Boston want that expiring contract? Probably not.
We know the history of Ranger Suarez, right? At the end of the year, he usually seizes up.
Yeah, but then he's pitched well in the postseason, though. But you have to remember
about those numbers, Nick. I mean, if you're another team, you're like, wow, let's get him.
If you're Boston, why would you want an expiring contract? There's no guarantee.
Because they need an arm. Because they need an arm.
What do they need an arm for? They don't need an arm.
They don't need an arm?
No.
Everybody needs arms, Nick.
I know, but why would you want an expiring contract and give up two of your best players, a closer and a Durant? It just wouldn't make sense. You'd have to part with top prospects, and that's what they would ask for.
Trey Turner's batting .302. He leads the league in hits, but he's a defensive liability.
Last night he looked good. I'll give him credit, but I have been very critical of Trey Turner.
Schwarber bangs his 22nd. Nick, are you satisfied with him in the second, third, or fourth hole?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Anywhere but the leadoff, I think.
Well, he should be in the leadoff. if anyone else on this team could hit, he should be in the leadoff spot. You know, if Harper was in the lineup and there was protection there for Harper, he'd be great in the leadoff spot. But listen, leave Turner there. Don't mess with it. Do not put Stott back. He's been awful in the leadoff spot. A lot of these guys have just been so disappointing. You got to get more out of them.
More consistency.
The Castellanos of the world, the Stotts of the world.
Look at Alec Boehm. He's back 283.
Boehm's been much better the past month and a half.
He's not hitting for power. He's not hitting
neither is Castellanos.
No, he's hitting singles.
He's a singles guy. He
hit a triple the other night.
Sign him after he hits like 30 home runs.
Took a collar last night. He's still batting 284, Nick.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they have holes in their lineup. They have holes in the bullpen. We know what's been great. It's the starting pitching.
I'm just wondering, would you, now that you know what, like Kemp, is this a flash in the pan, or you think he's a legitimate good baseball player? I think he's got he's batting 273.
Yeah,
we know what Alec Boehm does.
There's a reason they brought him
hot
up.
And cold, and then when he goes cold, he turns into a big.
I mean, you got to see more. Look, it's June. You brought him up. He's only been up for a little bit, So you got to see more out of Kemp. He's been great down in AAA. He's an undrafted guy. The story's awesome. Got to see more though. If he's going to contribute, I mean, that'd be a nice surprise for the Phillies. If it continues, that'd be huge because that could help them out at the trade deadline as well.
The Fighting Phillies are 4.5 games behind the Mets. And by the way, I saw today, right? Mr. Met.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Dowling.
And guess what?
What did he do? Send a picture? Because I did. I blocked him in on purpose in front of Blitz. He took my spot.
He sent a picture of your park job. I might have to put that up later in the show.
See, here's the thing: the Mets are beating teams that they like
the Phillies were.
Yeah, and they're getting some distance between us.
Yep. So he texted in. He said, "There is the Schweiner's parking ability with the picture of your car." He said, "I met him this morning at Blitz's Market."
Oh, Met, I get it.
Yeah. Good one there, Mr. Met. This morning at Blitz's Market, getting his liquid sunshine.
Speaking of liquid sunshine, let me take a swig right now.
Yeah, I mean liquid sunshine. You can't
Maybe
beat
the
it.
Phillies ought to get a whole case of this.
Yeah, mention the locker room. You get $1 off at Blitz's.
Bryson Stott, 238. What's going on with him? He's like the most underachieving player. And this is 2 years in a row now, because remember last year they said he had an elbow problem, right?
Yeah.
What's his problem now, Nick?
Stott's so frustrating because he was another top prospect.
Does he need to change the scenery maybe?
No, not yet. Not yet. But the bat, I mean, he's great in the field. Like defensively, he's fantastic. But at the plate, man, I mean, you thought you could try him out in the leadoff spot. He could work the count, work pitches. That was nice to start, and then all of a sudden he's not hitting for contact. He doesn't hit the ball hard. It's very frustrating to watch Bryson Stott's at bats lately. I mean, this was a guy who's now like in his mid to late 20s. You thought was going to. I mean, there was comparisons to Chase Utley with him before. He has not developed the bat here at the major league level that a lot of people thought he would, including myself. It just he has not taken that next step, and you're running out of time here with him to take that next step.
Ranger Suarez is now 5-1 with a 2.32 ERA, and can we count on him for the whole year? We're going to need him because now with Aaron Nola's situation, that's scary for a pitcher.
Yeah,
because when he takes a deep breath, he's feeling he's got a cracked rib.
Yeah, stress fracture in the rib, right rib.
He might not be back until September. And what are you going to get out of him then?
And do you, whatever happens with that injury, do you put him back into the playoff rotation? That's a question you're going to have to ask. All right, is he going to be one of our best 4 starting pitchers? I don't know. Remains to be seen.
All right. Well, I got to tell you, the NBA and NHL drafts are coming up. I wrote
they are.
My article that I write every Friday on 97.3ESPN.com. Josh Henning edits it and posts it. Put a picture of did you see the picture of us?
Yes,
I did. It's a picture of Talk, and it's a picture of my brother Bobby and I with Scotty Melby and Talk playing 2-on-2 beach football. Of course, Tully Banta-Kane's going to be with me tomorrow.
Oh, look at that.
Guess what? Beach football is coming to Wildwood.
Yep, August 9th got moved to August 9th, just so you're aware.
But we played football that day on the beach.
Yeah, you and Tocchet.
I threw the ball up. It was Tocchet and I against Bobby and Mellenby, Scooter. And I threw the ball high. My brother went low and clipped Tocchet, did a complete somersault.
Oh, no.
And he got up. He was pissed.
Oh, no.
Toc probably forgot that, too.
Well, guess what? We can find out on the other side.
And by the way, his brother Andy is listening up in Toronto. Andy Tocchet.
Love Andy.
Yeah, Andy's the best, man. So the boys will be back together. I'm sure we'll be seeing some of Andy Tocchet when the Flyers start up. The Flyers, man, they got 11 picks in the draft.
Oh,
Nick.
I know.
11.
3 first-rounders there, Schweiner.
Yeah, I mean,
so I can't wait to talk to Toc about it all coming up in just a couple minutes.
Big guys beat up on little guys. I want some size.
I know you do.
And I want to get Toc's opinion on that.
That's your MO.
Right.
Big guys beat up on little guys.
Big guys. Now, I like Travis Konechny. But you can't have too many Konechnys. All right?
All right.
All right, on the other side, we're going to talk with Rick Tocchet, the new head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. Jack Adams winner.
Yeah.
All right. First hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about La Scala's. I spoke with Rob La Scala. They're getting ready to have a grand opening inside the Ocean Casino.
Oh, that's going to be
La
awesome.
Scala's.
We got to stop by there because we love the beach house.
The beach house, man, it is the place to be in Brigantine. It opened 2 summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza and their daily specials. They're located at, eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine and coming to the Ocean Casino soon. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll talk with the new head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, Rick Tocchet. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemick. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemick sent you.
Tax season at Tom's River Volkswagen means we're paying the sales tax. Yeah, we've got over 1,000 vehicles on sale and we're paying the sales tax. Tell that nasty old tax man to go straight to Tom's River Volkswagen or Tom'sRiverVW.com because we're paying the sales tax.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from The Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties from brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them The Locker Room sent you.
This Father's Day at Lowe's, score free gifts for the greatest dad. Right now, get a free select DeWalt, Craftsman, or Cobalt tool with purchase of a select battery kit. Plus, get a free Werner 2-foot aluminum ladder when you buy an 8-foot fiberglass ladder. Shop these deals and more this Father's Day at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 6/15 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
It's the construction reduction sales event all month long at Matt Black Kia. Right now, put 0 down with 1.9% APR for 60 months on every new 2025 Kia Sportage or Sorento in stock. Plus, we want your trade, any make, any model, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. We'll even lower your current car payment or give you 2 years of free maintenance on any new Kia. That's lower payments, more peace of mind, and free maintenance at MattBlackKia.com. It's gotta be a Matt Black Kia. Call 215-703-8526 for details.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Nick Earnshaw. The Beach Boys, Brian Wilson passed away this week, and big Beach Boys fan, Nick.
I know you are, big Beach Boys fan.
I like the Grateful Dead and the Police and the Beach Boys.
You were rattling off songs on the phone earlier today.
Yeah, that's right. All right, I am super excited to have my first guest on today. I have a history with him. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room the new head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. We have him. We have Rick Tocchet in our locker room pocket. Let's welcome in Rick Tocchet. Good morning, Coach.
What's up, Schwein?
Hey, you got a lot of pressure on you today, Toc, because Andy's listening up in Toronto.
Oh, yeah. He's not up early enough.
No, he called me.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I spoke to him.
Yeah, he's probably listening, but he doesn't want to talk about Flyers. He wants to talk about the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, you know what? Because during football season, he calls me all the time talking about his Bills.
Oh, he loves the Bills. He's been heartbroken for a lot of years. But you got to like Allen, though. I mean, that's one guy that I think everybody cheers for. What a hell of a quarterback.
Absolutely. You know who else is heartbroken? Flyers fans talk, because I remember that 87 Stanley Cup you guys were in? I mean, I know you won one with Pittsburgh as a player. You won 2 as an assistant coach, but I know that the first one, well, you were in the 85 one, but this 87, man, you guys were all hurt. It was next guy up. You guys were like put together with Band-Aids and stuff. That was, I'll never forget that Stanley Cup as long as I live.
Yeah, listen, we all you love memories, and you learn from your memories, and that team was one of the closest teams I've ever been with. A lot of injuries, guys disbanded together. I remember Dave Poon was getting his before every game, getting his ribs frozen with a needle. I mean, just things like that, just to play. And then obviously the heartbreak in 2000. I know the Flyers went with Chicago. They lost it. I think it was 6 games. So they've been close. So hopefully we can, we can change the narrative around here.
Toc, it's almost surreal. Like, I know you've been a head coach in Vancouver, and I think you were Tampa Bay and Arizona, but sure. coming back to Philadelphia has got to be extra special for you.
Well, you got to remember, Billy, I was 18, 19, getting picked up at the airport. Like, I had no clue what the city of Philly was about.
Right.
Obviously, I knew the Flyers and, the Bobby Clarks, the Billy Barbers, and Perrants of that generation of the 70s and 80s. Had nothing, didn't know anything about it. And then, obviously, as a young kid, the way that the Flyers, it's a family atmosphere, and it really helped my just as a kid. Like,
right.
I'm only 19, so they really helped me shape who I became. So I owe a lot to the Flyers, especially in my early years as a 20-year-old.
Toc, do you feel any I know you don't, but I got to ask this. Do you feel any extra pressure added onto you that you're coming back to the Philadelphia Flyers, a team that struggled, that hasn't made the playoffs in like 5 or 6 years? Do you feel any extra pressure, or just it's the normal pressure that you'd feel anyway?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, obviously there's pressure. I mean, anything to win, you got to face pressure, wherever right. Whatever city or whatever team. But obviously coming back, like, honestly, Billy, it's really not about me. I know, it's not about Rick Tocchet. Honestly, it's about the emblem. It's about the Flyer crest.
Right.
Hopefully I can be part of that solution of turning the narrative around. from what I've been told, the locker room is very tight. The guys love each other in that room, and when you have that belief, anything can happen. I mean, listen, we got a lot of work to do.
Yep.
Danny and Keith Jones and Dan Hilford, they haven't shied away from it. Even when I was going through the process of interviewing, there's some work to be done, and you got to get lucky in some things. But the one thing is they have a plan, and I love the plan, and I think there's no better place to coach, especially if you can have successes in Philadelphia.
We're talking with new Flyers head coach Rick Tocchet. And then you go to Pittsburgh and you play with some great. You win a Stanley Cup as a player. You play with some great people. Matter of fact, I drove your car out to. I'll never forget this. I drove your car out to Pittsburgh, and you had, remember that console phone you had in the middle of there. And I picked it up. There was no cell phones back there. I picked the phone up. I made 2 calls. About a month later, he goes, Schweiner, what did you do? I go, well, I don't know. What did I do? You go, it cost you like $500.
Yeah, my paycheck back just paid for the phone bill. I don't know who you were talking about. But yeah. It was. I remember that. I don't even think I used that thing. I don't even know how to remember how to use that thing back in the day. But yeah, I remember that, man. That was a nice bill I had to pay for it.
Yeah. So, but playing with greats like Mario Lemieux and Yager, and then you go to LA and you're with Gretzky, and has that helped you with your coaching ability, playing with great guys like that and winning a Stanley Cup as a player?
Yeah, it really has. Even playing, but even like you said, coaching. These guys don't get rattled. You look at the star players, even in today's game. Sometimes you can't tell the temperature of the game. They're not rattled. I remember the Four Nations, just behind the bench and watching Connor McDavid and Crosby and McKinnon when the heat was on. It was a 1-1. We're playing, and we're overtime against the U.S. There was not a lot of panic, and I saw that with the Gretzky's and Lemieux. I've seen these guys score a lot of big goals in their career, and the one thing I've learned from them is they don't get rattled. Because they're prepared.
Right,
they prepare themselves for these moments, and I think that's the key to athletes: is prepare yourself for these key moments.
Hey, Coach, it's Nick. Thanks so much for joining us today. One guy that Flyers fans are so excited about is Matvei Michkov. Have you gotten a chance to talk to him a little bit? And heading into this draft, what is the ideal pairing and skill set to fit a player like Michkov?
Yeah, it's actually I've talked to his agent a few times. We're going to set up a call. He's over in Russia, and get a lot of good feedback from his agent, Paul Theothanis. He's trying to get to know Michkov in the sense that he really wants to be great. I think I've said this a few times. Like, he looks at Kucherov as a guy. I'm not saying to emulate, but just his idol, the way he plays, the way he prepares. Right. We got to figure a way, especially at the power play. The power play has been a sore spot around here, to get this kid the puck on the power play and let him attack. I think power plays are big of getting, you look at the McDavids and the Draisaitls, you watch their power play, they beat pressure. There's not a lot of plays. They just use their skill and they attack. That's the thing I want to see with Matty. I want to see him attack the net. I think there's another level of a brain that he's ahead of everybody offensively. So we really want to maximize that brain power for us, especially on the power play.
Hey, Toc, I remember you telling me back in the day that when you started scoring more goals, I said, well, what happened to your game? And you told me that you played with a mean streak and you created more space for yourself out on the ice. It might be a silly question, but is that how the game's still played today? It's obviously intimidation's a part of the game, but is that how you got space, and is that how people get space today?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Billy. My 2 older brothers toughened me up.
Andy and Danny.
Oh yeah, Andy and Danny. Oh yeah, they toughened me up. Then I go to Philly. Obviously, the instant, it's just the identity. You had to play, and I knew I had to play a certain way to get room, but also learn about body position. Like, today's game is about body position and hockey IQ. If you can really have those 2 things where, you look at, and I hate to bring up Sidney Crosby, but, I coached him about 3 years. I watched him practice, and he used to practice little subtle things, and I think that's the most part. I really want to teach our guys body position, being able to get, in situations and know how to handle. Like you look at Draisaitl, one of the best body position guys in the league. You can learn from these guys, and that's what I tried to do when I played. I wasn't the greatest skater, but from A to B, I could get there fairly quick. And then obviously, you try to win your position, whether it's in front or anywhere in the corner or in the neutral zone. You try to win your position. So I think if you apply yourself. And I shot a lot of pucks. I got to give my dad. My dad was unbelievable. He set up a shooting gallery downstairs we had a small house, and I think I broke a lot of windows. And I think a lot of dents in that washing machine. My poor man. I got to give my parents a lot of credit for letting me hammer pucks. They let a lot of pucks in that basement.
That's great.
There's nothing better than that. I mean, there's nothing better than breaking a couple windows.
Dents in the wash and dryer.
No, it paid off. I'd say it paid off, Coach.
Hey guys, I swear, I used to play the Rocky music. I did the eggs. I did that for about a summer, doing the eggs, the broken eggs in the glass, like Rocky.
Funny,
I did all that stuff, man. I tried whatever it took. I tried it.
Coach, Tyson Forster and Noah Cates both got new contract extensions just recently. I'm curious to know, what do you think of those two guys and how you're going to potentially use them coming up this season?
Yeah, just from listening to the inside the organization management, they love these guys. And then, I've talked to people outside the organization asking them what they think of those two guys. And they're very well thought of. You know why? Because I think they're hockey IQ. I know Forrester was over at the World Championships, and he played with Sidney Crosby. He played with Nate McKinnon on a line, and he scored some goals. So, and then Cates, I think, as a two-way type of guy, centerman, can supply that brain for us. So, really good signings, really good players, and they're going to be part of the future.
Hey, talk about the goalie situation. Philadelphia used to have, Hexy, Pelly Lindbergh, Bernie Perron. I mean, goalie was a staple in Philadelphia. Had a little problems lately. So, what are you going to do about the goalie situation? How are you looking to improve that area?
Yeah, well, I think it's important. I think we got I don't know the exact names, but we have a couple of prospects that are 19 that are really well thought of. So, first of all, I got to develop those type of guys, for that next wave. For the immediate, for our team now, I mean, obviously, we got to find a goalie. We got a couple of guys. Obviously, Harrison is a good goalie. He's a good goalie who's just developing, trying to get his legs underneath him. And it's also system too, Billy. I mean, it's important that we are play without the puck. I always say I want my goalie to play half the net. I don't want him playing post to post.
Right.
That means you're letting a lot of seam plays going through. You're getting a lot of backdoor goals. You're getting weak side goals, and those are the goals we got to clean up, and that will help the goalie out. The one thing with goalies, if you can get in a system where they are playing half the net, I mean, it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. So it's on myself and the team to figure a way to keep those dangerous shots outside on the outside, not in the middle of the ice.
Coach, I mean, the draft's coming up just a couple of weeks away on the 27th. You got a ton of draft picks, 3 in the first round, 11 total. Talk to me about utilizing those draft picks this year. You're gonna obviously want to develop those young players you do draft, and hopefully win a Stanley Cup one day. Why would it be different to win a Stanley Cup in Philadelphia?
Ooh, I mean, I've been around the block. Fortunately, I've won 3 cups in Pittsburgh. Unbelievable, seeing the parade. I've seen other parades, when teams have won, Colorado and Tampa. If Philadelphia won a Stanley Cup, I mean, it's got to be one of the top. It might be the top. It could be the top 3 in the league of turnout, the passion of the fans. I don't think there's many cities that can duplicate. You look at the Eagles where they won the last couple of times. I mean, that city was just buzzing. So the Phillies back in the day when they won. So there's a lot of fans out there, and they want to celebrate. So Philly's probably one of the best cities to celebrate a championship.
We're talking with new head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, Rick Tocchet. We got him in our locker room pocket. Not that I want to put you on the spot, but I know you have Philadelphia's a special spot in your heart. So is Pittsburgh too. You go there, you win a cup, and that was a great bunch of guys that you played with there in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, I played 18 years, and there's pockets of your career like, wow, that team, wow, that team, this, wow, and the closest that group, and obviously to win a cup, you always, it's a close group,
right?
But with the stars that we had on that team, Lemieux and Kevin Stevens and Yager and Joey Mullen and big Artie. Roddy Francis. I mean, you just go, and it's just incredible. Tommy Barrasso, and the one thing, money's great and all that stuff, but it's the memories. I talked to Yager. Yager called me about 2 months ago. We touch base once in a while. And every single time you start off the conversation, he calls me Dick. He goes, Dick, remember this, remember that? Remember we went into this city and we did this, or remember we whatever happened. I remember you were on the ice, this happened. So memories are great, and they'll never go away. And that was a special group.
Hey, and I don't think people realize this. You have 18 Gordie Howe hat tricks during your career, which I think is still the most in the NHL history. Is that unbelievable? That's like 3 goals in a row.
Yeah, you know what? I
didn't realize that.
You don't remember getting them. You just you're in the heat of the moment, right? And some of those fights, and I bet you a lot of those fights were games where they were tight games. Like, you go into Toronto and a great Wendell Clark's killing our guys with hits, and I thought it was my duty to get there and fight him, and he would fight, and then all of a sudden the game goes back to normal, and then you get a goal or something like that. So it just happens organically, which I love. The Cam Neelys of the world, those guys were incredible players. They could score and fight and do it all.
Hey, Toc, the game has changed a little bit, but you like that rough style, that very aggressive physical play. Like you said, you get respect and you get more room out there when you play with a mean streak. You want to try to instill that in your players, right?
Yeah, but listen, everybody's different. Defending, you can defend different. I mean, if you're a smaller guy, obviously you're not going to go in there and start crushing guys. So you defend with your brain and your feet and your stick, and you defend by having the puck on your stick. So, and there's other guys where they have to have that mean streak. They got to get in there and cause havoc on a forecheck. So you have an eclectic group of guys. Not everybody can have a mean streak, right? And I've learned that. I'm not coaching here like trying to make somebody they're not. But I do believe to be playing hard against, you got to win puck battles, and you got to be able to. That's body position. I don't care how big you are. And you got things like that. I think it's important, and everybody's got to participate. It just can't be 3 or 4 or 5 guys supply that. Everybody's got to do something to make your team a hard team to play against.
Coach, heading into this draft, kind of bouncing off of that a little bit, what is the type of player you are looking for when you guys are drafting somebody this year? Like, I know character's big for you guys. What are some other attributes that you're looking for when you're drafting players this season? Yeah,
I think the they have a system, the way teams do things. But this league, you find a dynamic player. I mean, if you can find those guys that it's a 2-2 game, 10 minutes left, that can make that play under pressure. You see Dreisaitl's got 4 overtime. He's got 4 overtime or 5 overtime goals this year, and the other goal is an assist. So, these guys are hard to find. So if they're dynamic guys there, you got to take a shot at the guy that can just make those plays. But then also for me, if you look at all the great teams, I don't care what any sport, you got to draft character and IQ. Like, you can have a high sport hockey, whether it's football or whatever the game is in hockey. I love hockey IQ, high hockey IQ and character. Sometimes that can overcome, some like say you're an average skill guy. If you have those other 2 things, you can pay the mortgage in the NHL. So, you want to sprinkle a lot. You want to sprinkle a lot of that in your team. You can't just want to have abundance of one and the other or the other. So I think that's something that I think Danny and the scouting staff are going to look for.
Hey, Toc, one more question, and this might be for a casual fan. Like, how do you determine who plays on what line? Like, what's the philosophy that you use, in putting 3 guys together?
That's a great question, Schreiner. The great Scotty Bowman. What I loved about him, and I try to take a little bit from each coach I played for, like his bench. Gamemanship was outstanding. He used to put pairs together. So, he'd put 2 guys that he thought that complement each other, And then the third guy on the line sometimes would play there for a couple of weeks, or he'd throw somebody else in there. It's almost like a freshness you put on the line. I don't mind doing that. I don't think you always have to have three guys always together the whole time. You might, don't get me wrong. But I think, and I was taking, you look at the two best players ever to play, Mario and Wayne, two best players ever. They hated playing with East-West guys. Like, I shouldn't say hated. They had a tough time, had two wingers that played East-West. They wanted that, at least one of the guys to be North-South. You could have that skill guy that plays East-West, but they always wanted one guy that just drove play, that just went down the pipe. Was always driving the net or give and go or winning battles in the corner. So I try to find those guys at least to be on it, if you're a skill line, to have one of those guys on that line. I've always felt they're the most successful lines if you can try to find it. So it's sometimes you got to be careful as we juggle the lines too much. Sometimes us coaches we get a little impatient.
Right.
So you got to. Sometimes we got to take a step back and say, hey man, you got to leave the lines. But I think nowadays players can play with a lot of different lines and complement those lines.
Well, listen, man, I am super excited that you're back in Philadelphia. I think that the Flyers organization is heading in the right direction. And, boy, would I love to see you win a Stanley Cup as a head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. Rick, I want to thank you so much and look forward to seeing you soon.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the support, and we'll talk down the road.
All right, there he is. Coach. Rick Tocchet, the new Flyers head coach. I'm pumped, man. Could you imagine, did you see the Stanley Cup, the game the other night was unbelievable.
Oh, unbelievable.
I want that in Philadelphia, man.
Yeah, man. We're on the way, hopefully on the way. Got a lot of draft picks.
We got Rick Tocchet in our NHL pocket. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, we'll take a look back at the Phillies' weekend against the Blue Jays, NBA Finals. Football at 4, Jeff Mosher, Monday mailbag. Mike McGarry from the Press of Atlantic City, our unsportsmanlike moment of the day, and more. It's all coming up Monday on the Sports Bash.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
The Point is your destination for a tropical oasis at the Jersey Shore. Now with 3 locations on the bay in Summers Point, at 43rd off the boardwalk in Sea Isle City, and our newest location right in the heart of Wildwood on Ocean Ave. The Point has the best food and drink specials with their famous Tiki Bar, plus The Point features live music at all 3 locations 7 days a week and is always family friendly. For more information, check out The Point on Facebook and visit them at dothepoint.com.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable, so be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
O'Reilly. You need parts? We got parts. Product availability? Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for $10 more, or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hello, this is Anthony, Division Manager with Last Bite Mosquito and Tick Control. Don't let mosquitoes ruin your summer. Last Bite's expert treatments keep mosquitoes and ticks out of your yard so you can enjoy the outdoors worry-free. Visit lastbitemosquito.com to learn more.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Little Beach Boys as we return broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northville. Billy Schweim, Nick Earnshaw. Of course, we just spoke with the new Flyers head coach, Rick Tocchet. Just talking to him, man. I'm pumped.
That was awesome.
Nothing like playoff hockey, and we miss it here in this area.
Yeah, hopefully he's the guy to lead this team to the promised land.
Wouldn't that be special, Nick? Wouldn't that be cool?
Absolutely.
It couldn't happen to a better guy.
No. So, yeah, I mean, a lot there to debrief. We only have a couple of seconds here before the end of the hour.
By the way, if you ever miss anything on the show, you can always I have my podcast, thelockerroombillyschweim.com. Go there. All the shows are uploaded right afterwards.
And if you're on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube at Locker Room 97.3, go check out. You can rewind if you missed the interview. You can always rewind and check it out again.
On the other side, we're going to talk with Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda. You know he's in Vegas?
Yeah, he's back in Vegas.
Probably winning again.
Yeah, probably winning.
Winning.
Playing.
Charlie Sheen winning. And then at the bottom of the hour, we'll have the Beach Patrol report brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea City and the OCBP Lifeguard Alumni Association. We'll have that this week. We'll talk with the chief of the Wildwood Beach Patrol, Steve Stocks. So you don't want to miss that. All that and more. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Nick Earnshaw, right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
Town Square Media has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible offers from some fantastic local restaurants. Get these great deals today. Get a $50 gift card for just $25 at the Ravioli House or Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall. Get these great deals right now at seizethedeal.com. Don't wait any longer. Chances are these deals will sell quickly. For more info on these great deals, go to seizethedeal.com.
Craftsman Days are here at Lowe's with big savings on the tools you need. Right now, get a free select tool when you buy the Craftsman V20 2-pack battery kit. Whether it's the backyard, the bathroom, or beyond, Craftsman has the tools to help you power through and get the project done right. Because DIYing is unpredictable, but your tools shouldn't be. Shop Craftsman at Lowe's today. Valid through 6/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
For over 135 years, First Bank of Sea Isle City has proudly served Cape May County with a commitment to maintaining a hometown feel. We provide secure, convenient deposit and loan products every day. We're more than just a bank. We're a trusted community partner, offering personalized banking solutions that make life easier for local families of all ages. First Bank of Sea Isle City. Look for our lighthouse in your neighborhood and discover what makes us different.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Father's Day is Sunday, and if you haven't found a gift yet, don't panic. Just come to Macy's Father's Day sale for gifts that'll make Dad say, this is perfect. Shop designer polos from Lacoste and Tommy Hilfiger, 30 to 50% off. Watches from Citizen and Bulova, 30% off. Fragrance gift sets, boxed and ready to give. Even a 36-piece Cuisinart grill set, now half off. Hurry in! Father's Day is this Sunday, and this sale is happening now at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing your schedule, and responding to Jim's long emails. Leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC at dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
Looking for the ultimate sports bar experience? Welcome to Ventnor Social, Down Beach's newest upscale sports bar. Watch every play on 27 big screen TVs with a state-of-the-art sound system that puts you right in the action. Grab a cold drink, savor American eats and fresh seafood, and don't miss their unbeatable lunch, happy hour, and dinner specials. Enjoy live music on the open-air deck, an arcade for the family downstairs, and video games that will level up your night. Ventnor Social on Ventnor Avenue. Visit their Facebook page for up-to-date info and specials.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They got him again!
Sixers.
Bang! It's good! Ball game!
And Flyers.
Tipped in front of the net!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
To the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Nicky Earnshaw. Hey, Nick, I'm getting text messages from Andy, and I said, Talk said you and Danny made him tougher, and he goes, we gave him no mercy. To his credit, he never cried or whined about it and never told his mom.
Toughened him up. He never tattled.
I got real quick before we bring up PJ, Mr. Negadelphia. I will never forget this. One of the best practical jokes ever played against me. We were in Pittsburgh, and we skated, and then after the skate, we get all showered up, and Talk and Scotty McKay are like laughing at me hysterically, and I'm in the shower. I'm like, "What are you guys laughing at?" Like I couldn't figure out what they're doing. You guys got to get up awful early in the morning to mess with me. All right, you can't pull anything on me. I'm too smart.
Yeah, because you're the prankster.
I'm too smart for you guys, right? So they had these big white towels, and they were folded over 3 ways. They're huge towels, right? And what they did was they opened the towel up and put white shaving cream in the towel, right? So I get the towel, I'm drying myself off, but I'm putting more shaving cream all over my face. When I realized what I was doing, man, they got me.
Oh, that's a good one. I may have to use that for my buddies.
Dicky got me.
They got you. Speaking of pranksters, now it's time. Every Saturday we hear from him. I can't wait to get him up and get his take on the interview with Rick Tocchet. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome in Mr. Negadelphia, sponsored by the Vassar Pool Service. Not happy with your pool, people? Call Vassar Pool Service, 609-204-6939. They've been in business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's the Vassar Pool Service. Good morning, Mr. Negadelphia. I know you're out in Vegas, so that's why I'm saying good morning to you.
Good morning, brother. Yeah. I heard Tocchett's out here, too, so it's early morning for him as well to be on the show. Awesome.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's up with the Roosters. Then again, you don't sleep either.
No, I don't. I was up at 5, so I know.
So, I don't know.
He's probably caffeinated and activated.
Do you drink a lot of coffee there, Mr. Negadelphia?
No coffee.
Wow. Get out.
This is just how I wake up, energized.
Wow.
Caffeinated. Well, he's not caffeinated, but he's activated.
He's activated, that's for sure.
So we had Rick Tocchet in our locker room pocket. What did you think of that interview there, PJ?
So I think it was great. I'm super excited to have him there. You guys brought up an interesting topic that I actually was discussing with my buddies the other night, which is the goalie situation.
Yeah.
And, it's funny. I don't know if we talked about this before, but, we tend to do this sometimes, but we used to have Carter Hart, and remember there was that scandal. I don't know the details.
Well, I think the trial's going on right now.
It is, yes.
But he's almost they're saying that he's going to get exonerated. Is that the word or no?
That could possibly happen. Possibly.
Not official.
I mean, he did testify. I don't know too much about it.
Agent, though, right? It would if that happens. He got a little scrutiny. We can maybe swoop him up and see what we got here. You know what I mean?
I don't know. You think the Flyers would go backwards?
I don't know. It depends on how the outcome of the trial. It's the outcome of the trial. Whatever happens, I guess we'll see.
Hey, for the court systems, let's hope for the best.
All right, PJ. So let's talk Philadelphia Flyers. The draft is coming up on the 27th and 28th of June. There'll be a draft party over there at the Hard Rock, and I like what I want is size. My mantra is big guys beat up on little guys. I mean, I don't mind Travis Konechny, and but I want some size. I want. Hockey is a game of intimidation, and you got to be able to. It's a physical game, so you got to be able to intimidate people, man.
No, I totally agree with Billy, and I'll be honest with you, man. It's also a part of Flyers hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, we were the Broad Street Bullies. We're the tough guys to play against. We were rough and tough. We've always been that way. It would be nice to get back to it. I think we've lost it, over the last 10 years.
There's no question. We haven't been to the playoffs in 5 years, 6 years.
Well, we're not hitting anybody either. It's not like we're beating up on teams either. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we got nothing going on here. At least if you went to a Flyers game in the 80s and we were losing, they'd start a fight and you'd get
You win the battle but you win the war but lose the battle.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, exactly. I remember going to Phantoms games and just watching Frank just fight everybody.
Well, you know who I had on my show? One of the Hanson brothers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was great. Well, look, I'm watching the Stanley Cup, Edmonton and Florida, and they're banging, they're scoring, great saves. I mean, these guys are selling out. I just miss playoff hockey in this area so much. The Flyers got to get back in, and hopefully Rick Tocchet is the guy to lead them that way.
No, I think he is. I'm excited for him to come here, honestly. I think he's going to do a good job in Philly, and I think that, honestly, playoff hockey is the best hockey to watch. It's a totally different game than the regular season, and I love watching playoff hockey. I can't wait to see the Flyers get back in there.
All right, let's talk about the Sixers. I know you're passionate about the Sixers and the basketball. They're holding the third pick overall in the draft. Their draft is the 25th and 26th, I believe, of June. What direction do you think they're going, Mr. Negadelphia?
I don't know. They're all. I mean, listen, we're still stuck with a bead, dude. We have this situation just hanging on us that we're no one's happy about. It's the weirdest thing ever, right? You have this talented guy that just nobody's happy about. So whoever our new guy that comes in, whether it's Ace or one of the other, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough season again. So I have much higher hopes for the Flyers, or at least starting a little cleaner than I do for the Sixers. We still got a lot of weight there.
You got no hope for the Sixers. They're in a great position right now, PJ. Third pick. There's a possibility they could trade up. There's rumors they've had talks with the Spurs. Now, if the Sixers were to trade up to 2 and take Dylan Harper, who would you rather give up, PJ? Would it be Tyrese Maxey or Jared McCann?
Is there any way that we could just get rid of Embiid instead, or it has to be one?
You'd rather get rid of Embiid over Paul George?
Here's the thing. Maxey is healthy. He's good. He's played for us. We know what we're getting. McCain was very good, but we already had an injury with him. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want another Embiid situation where he's milking his knees and everything else.
Listen, my brother, I got to be honest with you, my brother Bobby, he wants to get rid of Embiid too.
I know.
Everybody does.
Yeah, but if you get rid of Embiid, you really have no shot. Yeah, you really.
Nick, look
your
at
best shot to win a title is with Embiid. No questions asked, but he doesn't play. That's the only problem.
That's the only problem. That's the biggest. That's a big problem. He doesn't play.
Imagine this, Nick. Imagine being in the NBA championship and our guy can't play all the game. He only plays 3 out of the games. Like that's
he might win 3 games.
Where's the star player? Where's our star player? Nah, he's off today. He's got to rest up. Yeah. Not good, man. Not good. We got to get. We're not going to go and get a championship with a B. But I hope that we can figure out a starting point to start rebuilding. So
see with the guy from Rutgers. What's his name again? The guy from Rutgers.
Dylan Harper or Ace Bailey? They're both from Rutgers.
Both of those guys. But here's the thing: they didn't even. But Mr. Negadelphia, they didn't even make it to the NCAA playoff. The dance. They didn't even make it to the tournament.
I know, but that's what he'll fit with our vibe perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Fits with our team. We didn't make the playoffs either, so we're right in line here. He's used to it, All
right, just go to the Phillies. Just switch to the Phillies. At least he's negative today. He's not Mr. Posidelphia today.
All right, Phillies. I'm mad at you guys too because Billy's like, yeah, we got to go out and see Pittsburgh. We just got swept by Pittsburgh. I'm like, I don't want to go over there. Come on, man.
All right, hey, listen, Mr. Negadelphia. Ranger Suarez in his last 7 starts, 46 2/3 innings, 6 earned runs allowed, 38 Ks, 10 walks with a 1.17 ERA. 0.97 whip. Now's the time to trade him.
Listen, you can't get rid of somebody when they stink. It's better to get rid of them when they're hot. So let's get rid of them while we can. Show them the numbers and trade them off and get something that we can keep for a while.
He's got a point, Nick.
I have said Ranger is your trade chip at the deadline because he is an expiring contract. You probably trade him, get something decent back for him. But with Ranger. Yeah, he's pitching well. We know he's had problems towards the end of the late in seasons, right? But also, Aaron Nola's out, Mr. Negadelphia. I mean, he's got this stress fracture in his rib. You might need to hold on to Ranger for one of those 4 spots in the rotation when it comes playoff time.
I mean, listen, I've never seen such injuries on all the. I don't know if they're playing baseball. These guys are getting injured left and right. We got, we got Harper out. All these guys are injured. It's like it's probably been the most aggressive year with us getting hurt for our starters. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, you still got to make some moves. What we got isn't always working. And if he's playing good and he looks good to trade, I'm all about it. You know what I mean?
Mr. Negadelphia, what are your thoughts on the bullpen? Just general thoughts.
Well, I mean, I'd like to see us get, look, if we can trade and get somebody else to get a nice solid starter in there that we don't have to worry about, yeah, that'd be great. But I think we can work with our bullpen. I agree with you. We need some hitters out in the field.
Pete, Mr. Negadelphia. Wow, you're going to be a pot. This bullpen is god-awful.
They stink.
They stink.
Hey, listen, man, we gotta trade up, get something. But at the end of the day, we still got to hit the ball. You can't win with nothing. You know what I mean?
You're okay with this bullpen? Hold up. I am stunned you're okay with this bullpen.
Really, man? I'm stunned. I thought the first word was going to be stinks.
They are awful.
Listen, they're bad. They're not great. and with us being 5 games behind the Mets, or what is it?
4.5.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't even know how you talk to Mr. Met right now. It's got to be tough. You know what I mean?
I saw him at Blitz's this morning.
He took his spot.
I blocked him in so he couldn't get out.
I like it. We got to take our jabs where we can get them,
All right, Mr. Negadelphia, as always, we appreciate you. You're in Vegas, man. Go see Talk.
I know, man. Well, listen, tell him he can meet me out here at the high limit tables. I'll be at the Win all weekend.
All right, Mr. Negadelphia, we can't wait to see you get back here in the area, and we'll talk to you again next Saturday.
Look forward to it, boys.
There he is. Mr. Negadelphia is sponsored by the Vassar Pool Service. Not happy with your pool, people? Call Vassar Pool Service, 609-204-6939. They've been in business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's the Vassar Pool Service. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of Second Hour Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game, let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann & Associates at 609-263-7422. Whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more, the professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime, 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, we'll take a look back at the Phillies weekend against the Blue Jays, NBA Finals. Football at 4, Jeff Mosher, Monday mailbag. Mike McGarry from the Press of Atlantic City, our unsportsmanlike moment of the day, and more. It's all coming up Monday on the Sports Bash.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Hey, Nick Earnshaw here. Is your driveway or parking lot cracked, faded, or just looking worn out? Give it new life with R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. For over 14 years, they've been protecting driveways and parking lots with top-quality seal coating that lasts. Their expert team uses premium materials to seal, protect, and enhance your asphalt curb appeal and add years of durability. Don't wait for costly repairs. Call R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating at 609-513-4375 for your free estimate. R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. Seal today to last tomorrow.
The Piccalilli Inn in Shamong invites you for fun times in the Pines on the Pic Patio. Stop by for the game and order up their world-famous wings, an ice cold beer, or fun selection of fresh-made cocktails on a sunny afternoon or by the fire under a starry night. Skip the lane change. Get off the beaten path and take the trip to the family-owned Piccalilli Inn this weekend. Route 206, Shamong.
If you can't stop in, stop back. The Piccalilli Inn.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Nicky Earnshaw, and look what the wind blew in. The old salt, John McShane, former lieutenant of the Ocean City Beach Patrol. John, and of course today is 250 years of the Army.
Of the Army. Happy birthday, Army.
Happy birthday, Army.
Started in 1775, the Continental Army.
Yeah. My brother-in-law graduated from West Point, class of 71. You know who his classmate was? General Kellogg.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's all over Fox News. Keith Kellogg.
Yeah, Keith Kellogg.
He was at when my great niece got married here, and she got married in Atlantic City.
Yes.
That we live in Ocean City in the summer. Right. My brother lives here year round, but the wedding was in Atlantic City, and Keith Kellogg and his wife were there.
He was there.
Yeah, it was a great guy.
Yeah.
And then my nephew Matthew,
Right.
he graduated class of 2000 at West Point.
I remember that.
So happy birthday to the Army.
Yes.
Army training, sir.
Right. As they're doing rookie training, sir, over in the
Did
beaches
you hear?
right
did
now,
you did you hear Talk say he used to play with a Rocky song when he was shooting pucks into the washer and dryer? That was pretty funny, wasn't it, Nick?
Yeah, that was fantastic. That was fantastic.
Shooting pucks into the what?
Hey, it paid off. It obviously paid off.
It obviously paid off. Yeah. I mean, 17 or 18 Gordie Howe hat tricks.
Do you believe that?
I never heard.
I didn't know that. I was reading his bio, and I'm like, holy moly.
That is unbelievable.
That's 3 in a row.
Yes.
Uninterrupted.
Right, I caught that.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anybody close to that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he just said that it's
leads the
NHL record to this day. That's pretty amazing. And remember when Rick came up in '85? He was a fighter. I mean, They had such young guys. Remember, Keenan was the coach, John.
Right.
And he was a fiery guy. And if he was like
They
talking about
hard.
a dictator.
They play hard. I mean, you were talking about you want the bigger guys. They were big.
They were big, and they were
guys.
punishing.
Yeah.
But that's how you win in hockey.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It's something you can't get away from, John. It's chemistry. It's intimidation.
If you don't want to play that,
and it's desire.
If you don't want to play, go to Europe. And play in
Skate
Europe.
the dipsy do.
Yeah, right. Skate in circles.
John, I know you're a Flyers fan. I mean,
Yes.
we miss playoff hockey here.
It's terrible, and forced to watch. I shouldn't say forced. Choosing between to watch the NBA playoffs or the NHL, I'll take the NHL.
Oh, Nicky, you've been watching the NBA.
I've been in on the NBA.
I've been glued to the Edmonton
I've been watching
Oilers.
both.
And
I've been watching
Nicky
both.
said it playoff hockey is a different sport.
It's a different animal.
3
man.
out of the 4 games were overtime.
Yes.
Okay, and they fight too.
Yes.
They had the one game that was kind of a blowout.
Yes.
So they wanted to prove a point, and so it's great hockey. It really is. It's
I'm glad the old Salt isn't here for this because you and I want to touch on this. You guys talked about your Mount Rushmore in Philadelphia sports.
Yeah,
and I want to get into that a little bit because the Eagles are now on. They just had their mini camp.
They did.
They got 5 weeks now till they hit training camp.
Yes.
Okay. So the Sixers, Flyers, Eagles, and Phillies. Who was your Mount Rushmore of each sport?
So I said it yesterday. I have criteria for my Mount Rushmore. Can't be a current player. I don't think that's fair because their story isn't finished yet.
Right.
No pun intended for WWE fans out there. So I would go, and you have to pick. I think it's fair. It's only fair to pick one from each of the 4 majors. I think you have to pick one player. Someone's gonna. Obviously, people are gonna get left out. Players are gonna get left out. So I would go Phillies, Mike Schmidt.
Okay, and that's fair.
Flyers, Bobby Clark. Sixers, Allen Iverson, and then Eagles. I gotta go more current, Jason Kelsey.
Okay, now John, I'm going to ask you this because John, you're a little bit older than we are.
Just a little bit.
You saw more stars. Did you see Bednarik play?
No.
Oh, you didn't see Bednarik play. When did he stop playing? I think 61, right?
Last of the two-way player.
I was probably not watching at that time. I picked the stuff like my earliest memories are the 64 Phillies.
Okay, so that collapsed.
The 67, 67, or 66, 67, 76ers.
Okay. So who's your Mount Rushmore for each sport? All 4.
Well, the difference makers in the sports. With basketball, it's tough between Wilt Chamberlain and Julius Erving.
Do you see how the that's the reason. That's the reason I brought it up because, and I get it. Allen Iverson, you can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Because he would pound for pound.
And it's hard to compare eras too. I think that's hard to do too because it's different.
Because the game changed.
Games evolved.
The game changed.
So you like Wilt Chamberlain or who for the Sixers?
Julius
or Irving. So
yes.
all right. So go
they were the difference.
Well, you got to pick one.
All right, Irving.
All right, Irving.
Okay.
All
right, Dr. J.
Phillies,
Dallas Green.
Dallas Green.
Wow.
I didn't even think of that one. Why Dallas Green?
He was the difference maker in Phillies history. The Phillies were terrible.
Yeah, but I think that Pete
era.
Rose turned that around, don't you think?
Dallas Green put the minor leagues back together. That was basically.
All right. Well, I didn't even think
you
of
guys
that.
don't remember. They were the Phillies minor league system was non-existent. Okay,
Right.
they had no scouts in the Caribbean or anywhere.
Right.
Other than
and
the
then
States.
he changed that all around.
He changed that all around.
John, Jim Bunning, did he play on that 64 team? Or was Bunning on that team?
I think
he
so.
was.
Yeah.
They were 12 games up with what, 6 to go?
It was 6.5 with
6.5 with 12 to go.
With 12 to go, right?
And you saw that collapse. See,
Yes.
I don't remember. I was only 3.
We went. My brother and I. My dad took us.
Get out!
to
Really?
2 of the Reds.
What's Connie Mack?
The 4-game series against the Reds that they lost all 4. Pete Rose was playing for the Reds back then. We went to 2 of those games.
No way, really? All right. So who's your Eagle?
It's so hard. The
You
Eagles
guys,
are hard.
you guys are going to hate me for this, but I love him to death. Ron Jaworski.
Wow, Joel.
I mean, he's an icon here, Nick.
Right.
Yeah,
and Nick, you know what?
Mount Rushmore, though.
They were
Are you saying that because of his play and other things that he does, or just for strictly his play?
His play, his heart. He is Philly.
Yeah, he is. That's a good one, Nick.
That's
I
fair.
can't argue. All right. So who's your flyer?
Again, Bobby Clark.
Yeah, Bobby Clark.
All right. So I'm Bobby Clark.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Julius Erving.
It's fair.
Okay. Eagles. I'm torn because Mike Quick had a great career too. I don't know if I'd put him on Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore. I'd have to say Chuck Bednarik, even though I never saw
I
him
think
play.
Bednarik's
I never saw him play, but
near did I.
two-way guy. I mean, how do you argue with that? He won a
and-
championship in 1960.
And he was from the Lehigh Valley.
Yes.
He was
Yeah.
a local guy. Played
Local
at Penn.
guy.
Yeah, so I could see that.
Bobby Clark, Julius Erving, Chuck Bednarik, and I guess for the Phillies, that
Would you go Schmidt?
See, Mike Schmidt. Obviously, I can't argue with Mike Schmidt. I mean, he's home run king and everything,
Yeah.
and for us, all right, Mike Schmidt.
All right.
That's
That's a solid list.
Yeah, all right.
Mine's more current. But I think you have to go retired. Like, the reason this came up is former Sixers owner and current CEO of Fanatics, Michael Rubin. He did a Mount Rushmore Philly athletes, and he put 2 Sixers on there and Jalen Hurts.
Well, all right. Here's the thing about Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts gets to the Super Bowl one more time, he passes Donovan McNabb in my book. If he hasn't already passed,
I think he's passed.
He's
him.
probably passed. Would you say he's passed?
I think he's passed.
Yeah,
him,
without
easily.
We've been all critical of Jalen Hurts all year long.
No. Not we. Not we.
Me,
Negadelphia.
Clemic, right?
Clemic, little
so
critical.
guess what? After that Super Bowl win, John, I can't get. He gets a pass.
Arguments closed on that.
Right?
One. Like when you look at McNabb in history, I always say this, okay, because I'm a Philly sports fan.
Right.
We're long-suffering, as they like to say. Okay?
Not anymore, though.
I'm lucky.
No,
I've
not
grown
anymore.
up in the golden age.
This kid's spoiled.
I'm spoiled.
But like going back to the Andy Reid, Donovan McNabb days, what was significant about that was, for most of those seasons, they were playing meaningful games well into January.
Yes.
Which, when I was growing up, that never happened.
Right. Well, we still sold out, or they said, remember the blackout? But the businesses would buy the last 5,000 tickets and they get it on.
Yeah, so they get on TV.
But guess what though, John? One thing I always admire about Philly sports fans, they go no matter what.
True.
We're great fans.
Yes, we pay our money and we boo. And,
Yeah.
You
know what? We should ask Talk. Like, where would you rather play? A city that is passionate.
Well, he did answer my question about what would it mean to win here.
Right.
And
that's
well, I'll go back.
And he won in Pittsburgh once as a player, twice as an assistant coach, and he still said, "Could you imagine winning here?"
Yeah, and Mike and I on the Sports Bash yesterday were getting an argument about Kelsey. I think Kelsey definitely he's got to be on the Mount Rushmore. I mean, the play backs it up. One of the best centers, Chuck Bednarik's there too. I understand.
No, I hear you.
Different eras. Six-time All-Pro. I mean, the Pro Bowls. He's got he won the first Super Bowl with the Eagles. He's got the speech. I mean, all of that surrounding it. He's an icon in this city. There's no question. That's why I have to put him on Mount Rushmore. I have to.
And 3-4 years from now, it's going to change. It'll be Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I think
if he gets us back there one more time, two more times possibly, and wins one or two.
Well, Nick, this
possible.
offense has got everybody back.
Yeah.
Except for Becton.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Stoutland's going to find somebody to plug that hole and do probably a great job doing it.
I would think Steen's probably going to get plugged into there. They made the trade with the Texans, C.J. Gardner-Johnson going, he's still talking, by the way.
I know.
I think this offense is going to be good again, and it's just depending on injuries. And if that's a big if every year. That could happen. But if they stay relatively healthy, I don't see a reason why they don't make a deep run again.
All right, on the other side, it's time for the Beach Patrol Report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City. For rental and sales, call 609-263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com, where you can also keep up with all the South Jersey Lifeguard news and racing schedules, and by the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association, this summer honoring all lifeguards with 25 years or more of service in Ocean City, reminding you to be safe and swim near a lifeguard. That'll be on the other side. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Go down there, say hello to Jason, Will, JM. They do a phenomenal job. Now, I want to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. It opened 2 summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza and their daily specials. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine, and they're going to be opening up a new La Scala's at the Ocean Casino, and I can't wait to get in there because, well, we love the beach house.
We love the beach house. I mean, the margarita pizza, you know, is my favorite.
I love the meatball.
So I can't. I need to sit down and have a margarita pizza at the new location. I can't wait.
All right, that's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. All right, on the other side, it's the Beach Patrol Report. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
If a person is on a date, is it proper protocol that if one person gets their food first, they have to wait for the other person?
Yes.
I tend
because
to
if
agree.
you're on a date, you're trying to make a good impression. You don't want it to be that you're selfish and you're not considerate of the other person. Okay? That's what you're doing if you eat before their food gets there.
Wake up weekday mornings with Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
The Point is your destination for a tropical oasis at the Jersey Shore. Now with 3 locations on the bay in Summers Point, at 43rd off the boardwalk in Sea Isle City, and our newest location right in the heart of Wildwood on Ocean Ave. The Point has the best food and drink specials with their famous Tiki Bar, plus The Point features live music at all 3 locations 7 days a week and is always family friendly. For more information, check out The Point on Facebook and visit them at dothepoint.com.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable, so be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
It's the construction reduction sales event all month long at Matt Black Kia. Right now, put 0 down with 1.9% APR for 60 months on every new 2025 Kia Sportage or Sorrento in stock. Plus, we want your trade, any make, any model, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. We'll even lower your current car payment or give you 2 years of free maintenance on any new Kia. That's lower payments, more peace of mind, and free maintenance at MattBlackKia.com. It's gotta be a Matt Black Kia. Call 215-703-8526 for details.
Hi, I'm Dave.
branch manager with Viking Pest Control. From answering your kitchen to mosquitoes in your yard or termites threatening your home, Viking has customized solutions for you. Trust our local experts to handle the pests so you can have peace of mind. Learn more at VikingPest.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Nick Earnshaw, and the old soul, John McShane, just blew in here, and we're getting ready for the Beach Patrol Report. The Beach Patrol Report brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City, 4111 Landis Avenue in Sea Isle. For rental and sales, call 609-263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com, where you can also keep up with all the South Jersey Lifeguard news and racing schedules, and by the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. This summer honoring all lifeguards with 25 years or more of service in Ocean City, reminding you to be safe and swim near a guard. And John McShane is here to facilitate the Beach Patrol Report. How many years did you have on the Ocean City Beach Patrol, John?
25 and
25
and some.
So you're going to get a plaque?
35, I guess, yeah.
The old salt. John, it's so important, the job that the Beach Patrol does up and down the coast. But we love the racing. Once the racing gets going, man, it's like unique to South Jersey.
It is, and it's fast and furious once it gets underway. I was looking at the schedule, and July 1st, Tuesday, is the Super Athlon in Cape May. So that is about a 2.5-mile run, about a 2-mile row, and up to, I think, a quarter-mile swim.
Well, you so know that you have these guards, the guys and gals, the guards are in tip-top shape.
Right. Well, think of it. By then, some of them will have been on the beach for 5 weeks if they start Memorial Day. But for those who are coming in now, I mean, most of the patrols, if not, are finishing up. We'll check with Chief Stock. They're rookie school, testing and training. So then you have to go through your heats in town to see who's going to represent you out of town. And that's an ongoing process. Right up sometimes until the day before the event. But you have 13 races of various types in the first 21 days of July.
All right.
Then we get to July 26th. We'll talk to Chief Stock about the Hoffmans, because that's going to be the first night that everybody from Brigantine to Cape May Point races together. Because you've got a number of patrol having an event on the same night. Besh and Callahan's are the same night as the Longports.
Okay. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room the chief of the Wildwood Beach Patrol, Steve Stocks. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, fellas. How's it going?
Boy, I'll tell you what, Chief, when I hear your voice, I know it's summertime.
It is summertime. At City Hall, it's like Groundhog Day when you see the lifeguards pop out. You know, it's summertime.
Hey, Chief, you guys got a new boat down there. I saw that picture. It looks sharp, man.
So, yeah, for the first time in over, I'd say 23 years, we had an alumni group get together, raise some money, and we got sponsored by the Firehouse Tavern here in Wildwood, and we got a brand new Van Dyne racer, and it is hot.
Well, I got to tell you, we do the Beach Patrol Report for several reasons. One is to inform the public that when you go down to the beach and you're going to go swimming, make sure you swim in front of a lifeguard. But you guys do a magnificent job. You know, Wildwood's got big beaches, and of course, the water's always dangerous especially if you're not familiar with it. And your lifeguards down in Wildwood do a great job.
Yeah, that's true. Our visitors in Wildwood are a little unique. Maybe Wildwood and Atlantic City are a little bit different, where we got a lot of first-time visitors to the beach, or people who are not really savvy in the ocean as compared to some of the other towns down here in South Jersey. So we definitely have our hands full with people that come down for the day and may not be quite as familiar with the dangers of the beach and the ocean.
Chief, how many lifeguards do you have on duty in Wildwood this year?
So we carry about 70 guards. When we're up and running full-time, not yet, pretty soon, we'll have 21 stands and 42 guards a day.
And have you guys had your test, the rookie test?
Yeah, most of the new guards here, they were kind of in our pipeline through the junior lifeguard program, the U16 program, the Friends and Family Connections, and then a couple of people that reached out. They all passed the test. They're ready to go. Rookie school will be starting soon.
That's great, Chief. This is John McShane. How do you like the new Van Dyne? Have you been out in it?
So we have christened it at a ceremony. We have not gotten it wet yet.
Okay. And this is the newer design by Orehouse, correct?
That's great.
Right. I mean, we consider it among the Chiefs. I mean, I think we've considered it the new standard Van Dyne. I mean, Chris Dems is making the standard Van Dyne, and they have some variations, and they're a little bit lighter than what we're used to. But yeah, I think it's the right way to go. It's more modern. It's a little lighter. It's going to be, in my opinion, they're going to be faster. I guess there's varying opinions on that, but time will tell soon enough.
Right, and that was approved by the Chiefs Association last year for South Jersey competition, correct?
That's true, and because he is making the standard Van Dyne. I mean, he's got the Van Dyne name and the Van Dyne mark, the trademark, and he's making Van Dyne. So, we wanted to make sure the measurements were within reason, and you're still going to have, if a race has weigh-ins, there's going to be a lot of decisions on if you're going to use a lighter boat and put a lot of weight in it, or if it doesn't have weigh-ins, what kind of weight you want to go with, depending on your oarsman and the conditions.
I was going to say the conditions are really important. You might have rough seas where you want a heavier boat. Is that correct?
Maybe. That's the opinion of some. I'm kind of in the favor of lighter's better always. I try to compare it to other racing, whether it's crew racing, boat racing, any other kind of racing that you think of, car racing. It seems to me that lighter is always better, and they're not worried about how heavy something is if there's wind or other factors involved. It seems to me, I don't know physics. I was a PE teacher, but lighter's faster.
And it does help if your oarsmen are in good shape and can really row, right, Chief?
As always, it's not the chariot; it's the horses. That goes back to
that's correct.
When I was a rowing coach a long time. We all get tied up in this in this equipment arms race, but it comes down to the oarsmen and the oarswomen in the boat that make it go. I mean, if they're top notch and they're training hard and they're in shape and they've been coached up and they got their miles in, that's what really makes it someone difficult to beat, not necessarily the boat they're in.
We're talking with the chief of the Wildwood Beach Patrol, Steve Stocks. Chief, talk about your racers. I mean, you obviously know some of the guys that raced last year coming back, but you always have your in-city test or races to determine who's going to represent Wildwood.
We do, and we're a little bit wide open this year. We have some returners coming back. We have some new people in the mix, and we actually, I'm gonna drop a little secret here.
Yeah, we like this stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Billy's a good man. I'm gonna give him a little scoop. You guys may or may not remember a Wildwood lifeguard by the name of John Livingstone. John Livingstone was a very good high school and college rower, and he had a nice few seasons rowing with us in the boat when he was young. And he went down to South Florida, Delray Beach, and down at Delray Beach, he became a time national champion.
Wow.
In the USLA rowing boats, the last 2 seasons. And he's shooting for number 3 this year, but he's leaving the South Florida area and coming back to his home in New Jersey. And we expect that you'll see him in the boat for us at some point this summer racing.
Breaking news here in the locker room. I love it, Chief Stocks. I like that.
Chief, when
Johnny
that word
Livingstone, 2-time national champion, coming home.
When that word gets out, you're going to have an argument with the transfer rule, I feel. Right?
That's all right.
South Florida, professional lifeguard for years down there. He's coming home.
Somebody will try to throw a
Somebody's
monkey
going
wrench
to be
into
jealous.
that.
Hey, Chief, let's talk. Let's talk about the races because it's unique to South Jersey, and the crowd that you guys draw on the beach is phenomenal. But the racing itself, and we've called the races. By the way, everything looks good. We should be able to broadcast the Dutch Hoffmans on 97.3 ESPN again this year. Looking forward to that. But racing is unique to South Jersey, and it's the competitors, the competition is second to none.
Yeah, and it comes down to this. The skills that you see in lifeguard races are the skills the lifeguards used to keep people safe and rescue them when they have to. I mean, that's the bottom line, right? These are the skills. Running, rowing, swimming, paddling are all the skills that are used. So we train in town for everyone to see it, and the cream rises to the top. But all of the guards need to be proficient in these skills to keep the people on the beach safe.
Well, Chief Stocks, we look forward to covering the races this year, and good luck to Wildwood, and we'll see you at the races.
I appreciate it. Did I hear you say the McCann? This is sponsored by the McCanns, the McCann Realtors?
Yes, it is. John
Man.
McCann. We love John McCann.
Captain John McCann was my captain when I was a rookie. He was the captain or chief of the Wildwood Beach Patrol, and he's a big supporter of lifeguarding in South Jersey. I wanted to say thanks to John McCann.
He's a legend, Chief Stocks.
Yes, sir.
All right, Chief, as always, thank you so much, and we'll see you at the races.
All right, Billy, thank you.
There he is, Chief Stocks on the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline, John McCain.
Right, and they will be hosting the Hoffmans on July 25th.
Yeah, we're going to be there, John.
I wanted to ask him about that. The significance of that is, I believe that's going to be the first race that all the patrols, as I mentioned,
every
are
year
together.
That's every year because remember what was the AFC and FC, John?
Yeah,
that's the Longport and the Cape May Nationals.
Right. Yeah, they used now they're
but now the Kerr. I think the Kerr. When's the Kerr Memorials in?
The Kerr Memorials are the same time as.
Well, I'll tell you what, John. Why don't you give us a rundown of the?
They are July. I had the date here. I can't find it. Sorry.
July 25th is the Dutch Hoffmans.
Right.
I think the week before might be the Kerrs and the Atlantic City. I think they might.
Right.
Overlap.
They're the same night.
Right.
And then so you'll have the Absecon Island patrols, probably Ocean City, up in Atlantic City, and pretty much everybody down south going to the.
Now,
Kerrs.
John, you were on the beach. You filed a report last week on the Beach Patrol report. You were on the beach in Ocean City for the rookie tryout in Ocean City. You talked with Chief Becker.
Yes,
and he's pretty excited about his team this year.
They have a lot of returning guards.
Okay.
Colin
and Cody Schwein.
Yeah, right, exactly. I still have yet to see them in a boat, but I keep offering.
Bobby's going to try to get Cody in.
I keep offering. But the nice part about that is he's got a nice core of returnees. They didn't take nearly as many this year as they have in past years.
You said only like 7 or 8, right? Or something?
Well, I heard different estimates. I didn't hear the final number.
Right.
But it's sad for the people who were kind of on the edge and didn't make it, but they can always try again. But it's great for the unit. Okay, now you've got more experience. Eric has done a great job at getting some of these boats that were in Ocean City repaired.
I was going to say, John, you go up and down the beach in Ocean City, you don't see too many boats on the beach
No,
anymore.
but you'll start to see more. There's a guy over in Brigantine who's been fixing them up one by one.
Okay.
And if a crew is together and they want a boat, he'll put a boat out on the beach so they can start working out.
You know, John, back in the day, it seems like guards were more they all wanted to participate. Mostly everybody wanted to row. Not so much today. You get only a certain amount of guys that really want to row, right?
I think we can change that mentality with getting them out. They see how much fun riding waves are.
Yeah.
Okay. The skills that you can develop and the competitiveness.
It's
It's
like
a competitive
Nick,
job.
when I was like 11 years old, John took me out on a boat. We flipped.
Sounds about right.
That's when
I think it was Guy.
That sounds about right.
That was Guy Eston.
I did find out the hard way though that Billy couldn't swim.
Oh no!
Hey, listen, I was on the Longport Beach Patrol, and that's a city of champions right there, John McCain.
That's right. That's right. We're going back to Avalon this year, where it all started in 2016.
And we had Matt Wolf on the very first Beach Patrol report.
Yeah,
and they are super excited about hosting the South Jersey Lifeguard Championship. And it's going to be in Avalon, where Longport won their first championship down. You and I were down there.
First of 5.
Yeah.
And right, so that was 16, right?
Was that 16? Yeah, that sounds about right.
And that's the last time Avalon hosted. It's always a big honor to host, as we know. It's a big job, and I'm sure Eric and his brother and all his lieutenants and everything have probably been working on it since the end of last summer.
And what's the date of the Margate Memorials, John?
The Margate Memorials.
I believe that's the 1st or 2nd of...
Yes, the 1st.
That's the 1st of August.
That's the following Friday, followed up by the South Jerseys. By then, the racing season is starting to thin out.
Yeah.
You only have one event a week. You might have 2. You have like the paddleboard challenge down at Cape May Point is around that same time.
Of course, I hate the Goudies. I mean, I love the Goudies, but I hate the Goudies. Because you know why? I'm interviewing people in the dark because you start losing daylight.
I start losing the daylight, yeah.
And, you know, it's almost like bittersweet because you had a great summer and you're on the beach for that last race and the waves are usually big, the water's real warm, you know.
You've got usually the remnants of a tropical storm going on.
There's something going on.
It's the rescue races.
Yeah.
You know, it's realism because you have to bring in a dummy.
Yes.
And
like rescuing somebody.
What's nice about that, and of course the Brigantine races too, they're inviting guys from up, Long Beach Island area. Harvey Cedars, Ship Bottom. I don't want to leave anybody out. Lavalette, right, comes down.
Harvey Cedars.
And they have a great time.
Yeah.
Because they race Van Dynes up that way. that's the Ocean County area. I think once you get up a little further north, they use that dory style.
Is that the one with the holes? Or the
yeah,
holes in the
that's
bottom?
the one that Chief Stock was referring to.
Oh, is that right?
That's what they row for the USLA events.
Oh, okay, right.
It's a different setup in the boat, but it's still rowing. If you're good in one, you're good in the other.
Well, John McShane, man, thanks for rarity bringing you in here, trying to get you into the studio. It's been
it's always a pleasure. And
thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's great seeing you again. I don't see Bill because he's the world's busiest man unless I come here. So.
All right, the Beach Patrol Report is brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City, 4111 Landis Avenue in Sea Isle. For rental sales, call 609-263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com, where you can also keep up with all the South Jersey Lifeguard news and racing schedules, and by the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association, this summer honoring all lifeguards with 25 years or more of service in Ocean City, reminding you to be safe and swim near a guard. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Ask for Will, Jason, JM. They do a great job. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, John McShane, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons or Electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemick. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemick sent you.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from The Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them The Locker Room sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
The Peace Lily is so last year. Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air. Who's up for that challenge? No?
She needs to hire a floral designer to nip foliage faux pas in the bud.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Nick Earnshaw, John McShane, the Old Salt. Today the Phillies, 405. Sanchez is on the mound today. Nick, 5-2 with a 3.10 ERA.
Yeah, hopefully they can get another one. Listen, they got to get back on track here, especially with Harper out, Nola out. After losing 9 out of 10, that was brutal. Got to get back on track against those Jays.
You got to beat the Jays, and then, of course, they take off to Miami. After that, they hit the road, and the Phillies 4.5 behind the Mets. Got to make some moves, Nicky Earnshaw.
Yeah, this is the biggest deadline in a long time for the Phillies. They have to add, whether it's a bat, a bullpen arm, something. They're going to have to part with some of those prospects. It just needs to happen. I mean, if you want to go win a World Series this year, you got to part with the prospects at this point.
And you would agree with me that this year, it's this year a bust.
It's this year because you know what? JT Realmuto is a free agent. Kyle Schwarber's a free agent. Ranger Suarez is a free agent. You have some top guys that you may lose. So I hope they re-sign Schwarber, but I mean, I don't think you're going to re-sign all those guys. Castellanos has one more year on his contract, so we're starting to see the beginning of the end of this era, in my estimation.
Listen, I like Dave Dombrowski. I think I'm not going to fault him for what's unfolding right now. I still think he's a great general manager.
Yeah, I do too.
Put it this way, I trust him.
I do trust him. But I got to see it this year.
But this is, as Nicky said, this is it.
It's World Series or bust. Yeah. It's a win. You got to win.
Right.
You have all these guys who are entering their 30s now, right. And in baseball, that's when guys their prime start to end.
Look at the 2008 Phillies. They kept those guys around
too
long.
Too
long. Oh yeah.
Right.
You don't want to repeat history.
They got to the series 2 years later.
Yeah,
right?
but still,
they were on the downside, and they weren't of any value to anybody at that point. So you're not going to get, if you start letting these guys go back then, you weren't going to get a whole lot for them because they were all.
So it's a balancing act. He's got to make them. He's got this is make.
You got to prepare for the future with the young guys, but you also want to try and go for it with this core because this core can be good enough. They just need to perform. I mean, they're just not performing.
I think they should put Billy Schweim in the bullpen.
Yeah, put Billy back there.
Listen, when I was a coach at Glassboro, baseball
JV coach.
Yeah, I used to throw batting practice. I can't even throw anymore. I think I threw my arm out, my rotator cuff.
You'd be right at
home. You fit right in, Schweiner.
How about Rick Tocchet today?
Talk in our locker room pocket.
And you know what? He texted me, he said thanks, and I said, Talk, thank you so much. He said, anytime you need me, bud.
All right, sounds good.
That's pretty cool stuff.
Sounds good.
And I got some more talking stories I'll share with you guys.
Oh, I know you got plenty.
I got plenty. John McShane, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Great being here. Good seeing you guys.
And I can't wait for the races.
It's going to be a great season.
All right.
As soon as the weather clears.
Thanks, Nicky Earnshaw, Rick Tocchet, of course, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, and, of course, Chief of the Wildwood Beach Patrol, Steve Stocks. Tomorrow on the program, Tully Banta Kane will be with us, and, of course, on the mound with Tommy Green. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. I'll see you tomorrow right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room.